I'm Mary Hartnett with Siouxland Public Media News. Iowa is now among 6 Republican-led states suing the Biden administration to try and stop its plan to forgive student loan debt for tens of millions of Americans, accusing it of overstepping its executive powers. Governor Kim Reynolds made the announcement this afternoon. In the lawsuit being filed today in federal court in Missouri, the Republican states argue that Biden's cancellation plan is, quote, not remotely tailored to address the effects of the pandemic on federal student loan borrowers, as required by the 2003 federal law that the administration is using as legal justification. It's at least the second legal challenge this week to the sweeping proposal laid out by President Joe Biden in late August, when he said his administration would cancel up to $20,000 in education debt for a huge number of borrowers. 2 Siouxland school districts have been outed by the ACLU for their dress code policies, receiving Ds and Fs across 5 categories. South Sioux City Community Schools and Norfolk Public Schools are among the 15 school districts mentioned in their report, citing the policies, quote, need significant improvement. The report card compared the policies of the school districts with best practices in school dress code policies. According to the ACLU of Nebraska website, gendered enforcement of dress codes can subject girls to humiliation and anxiety, force them to miss class time, and damage their sense of belonging in school. The ACLU also says Black girls in particular face this discrimination more than others. A Woodbury County judge will hear a dispute between Navigator CO2 Ventures and landowners tomorrow. Vicki and William Hulse are at the center of a lawsuit brought by the company that's planning to construct a carbon capture and sequestration pipeline across much of Iowa. It says the couple has violated state law by not allowing its agents to survey their land and has filed a request for an injunction against the Mobile landowners. But the Hulses have filed a countersuit challenging the state law. They say the private company does not have a constitutional right to survey their land. The Hulses admit to turning away land agents twice, but deny receiving proper notification from Navigator. The company has filed similar lawsuits in Clay and Butler counties. And a public hearing will be held by the Sioux City Transit System in the conference room at 509 Nebraska Street at 3 p.m. on Wednesday, October 19th. The purpose of the hearing is to consider proposed adjustments to transit system services. They include route changes and service expansion. The Iowa State Patrol says it's putting additional troopers on the road over the next several days to slow down speeders. The Iowa State Patrol says a high-speed July crash in which 3 Dubuque teenagers were killed sparked the enforcement project. Excessive speeding and reckless driving have plagued Iowa since traffic dropped off at the start of the COVID-19 pandemic. State Patrol troopers are still seeing an unusually high number of drivers traveling over 100 miles per hour. That's Siouxland Public Media News. I'm Mary Hartnett.